Have you ever worked a trade show and lost your leads between the handshake and the CRM? Most leads vanish because traditional badge scanners are slow and miss the important conversation context. Today, I will show you why Blinq is the best event lead capture app on the market. It turns every conversation into a fully enriched, actionable lead before you even leave the room. Let's get started. The post-event problem. If you have ever worked at a big conference or a local business meetup, you know the feeling of event burnouts. You spend all day talking to people, shaking hands, and sharing ideas. You meet some really great potential customers. But when the event ends, the hard part begins. You might head back to your hotel with a messy stack of business cards stuffed in your pockets. Or even worse, you have to wait days, sometimes even weeks, for event organizers to send you a spreadsheet of leads from those clunky badge scanners they rented to you. By the time you finally sit down to follow up, your memories are fuzzy. You look at a name like Anna Miller on a spreadsheet and wonder, wait, which Anna was this? Was she the one ready to buy right now, or the one who just wanted free swag? This is the lead lag problem, and it is where good business goes to die. Why old tools are letting you down. Most event leads are lost in the gap between the handshake and getting the information into your system. Traditional tools like badge scanners and paper forms have some big problems. They're too slow. Waiting 3 to 5 days for a CSV file means that by the time you reach out, this prospect has already lost that event energy. The momentum is gone, and your lead is already cold. They are passive. If you use forms on a tablet, people have to stop and type while standing. Many people just give up if there is a long load time or if the building's Wi-Fi drops. They miss the context. Scanners grab names and emails, but they don't capture the actual conversation, meaning follow-ups are left generic. They make everyone look the same. In your system, a person ready to buy looks exactly like someone who just wanted a free pen because there's no lead temperature or context. In fact, with traditional tools, about 70% of leads never even make it into a CRM. Why Blinq is different? This is where Blinq changed the game. There is a big difference between just getting data and having what Blinq calls relationship intelligence. Data is just a name and an email. Relationship intelligence is the story. Why did they stop to talk? What pain points did they mention? How ready are they to buy? Most software starts working once the lead is already in your database. But Blinq is different. Blinq starts at the very first conversation. Imagine you're at your booth at 9:15 a.m. A prospect walks up and you have a great 10-minute talk about their budget and what they need. With Blinq, by 9:16 a.m., just 1 minute later, that person is already in your CRM. They're not just a name either. They have their verified email, phone number, LinkedIn profile, and an AI summary of everything you just discussed. Now, if you're interested to try Blinq, the link is in the description. It's my affiliate link, which helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. Now, let's take a deep dive into the 5 pillars that make this workflow possible. How Blinq actually works. Blinq works so well because it handles the whole process through 5 simple steps. Capture everything. Blinq uses a universal scanner. It can read event badges, QR codes, and even old-fashioned paper business cards. It works universally at every event as well as everywhere outside, at your booth, in the hallway, or even at fancy dinners where a clunky badge scanner would kill the vibe. In those moments, you can use a digital business card exchange that feels natural while still capturing everything. Enrich automatically. Once you scan someone, Blinq AI fills in the blanks. It finds their LinkedIn profile and verified contact info. This gives you the exact professional context you need to send a highly personalized follow-up that actually gets a response. Remember the conversation. Blinq is the only company with an AI note taker for events. During or after a talk, you can record a quick voice note. The AI transcribes it and attaches it to the contact. You will never have to ask, what did we talk about again? Sync in real time. Contacts flow into tools like HubSpot, Salesforce, and Outlook instantly. Your team at the office can see the lead, the campaign tags, and the follow-up tasks before you even start your next conversation. Attribute everything. You can track your ROI by event and by rep. You can finally prove which handshakes actually turn into pipeline and revenue. The real cost of lead lag. Now, if you're not sure if you need a better tool, let's look at the math. Imagine you have 5 reps working a 3-day event. Each person has 30 conversations a day. That is 450 total conversations. If 10% are qualified leads, 45 leads, and your average deal is $25,000 with a 20% close rate, that is $225,000 in potential pipeline. But what percentage of that evaporates because follow-up takes too long or context is missing? If you lose just 20% of those leads, you just lost $45,000 from a single event. Blinq stops that money from disappearing. Personalize your follow-up. Let's look at how this changes your follow-up. The old data way. You email someone a week later and say, "Hi Anna, great meeting you at the conference. Wanted to follow up about our platform X, Y, and Z." That feels generic and like spam. The relationship intelligence way. You email them the next day and say, "Hi Anna, after our chat yesterday about your team struggling with attribution across 15 events, I pulled together some examples of how other companies solve this exact problem." Now that feels like you were actually listening. Others enrich with data. Blinq enriches with data and conversation. When you make it this easy to turn a simple handshake into a real partnership, it is no surprise that the rest of the business world has taken notice. Why Blinq is the top choice? Blinq is the #1 ranked lead retrieval solution on G2. Over 4 million people use it globally, and 93% of the Fortune 500 companies rely on it. Now, what makes it truly unique is the try before you buy model. Most companies make you talk to a salesperson and sign a contract first. With Blinq, you can simply start a trial for free to test out the features. You can download it and try it for 30 days for free, including 500 free credits. Their pricing is also totally transparent and public on their website. You only pay for what you actually use. Turn your conversations into revenue. Don't let your big event investment go to waste. Stop losing leads in CSV files that arrive too late. Use relationship intelligence to capture every chat, enrich every contact, and sync it in real time. Turn every conversation into a fully enriched, actionable lead before you leave the room. So, if you found this video helpful and are planning to try Blinq, remember to use my link in the description. But before you go, what's the longest you've ever had to wait to get your leads after a big show? Tell me your story in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.